Now let's turn our attention to the leadership crisis at the University of Lagos. The Senate of the University of Lagos has passed a vote of confidence on the embattled Vice-Chancellor, Oluwatoyin Ogundipe, as the leadership crisis at the institution deepens. This position was taken after an emergency meeting at the Ade Ajayi Auditorium of the campus, where members also passed a vote of no confidence on the Pro-Chancellor and Chairman of the Governing Council, Wale Babalaki. Addressing the press, Professor Chioma Agomo, who chaired the meeting, stated that due process was not followed in the purported removal of the Vice-Chancellor. Meanwhile, the Registrar of the University, Oladejo Aziz, has announced the appointment of an acting Vice-Chancellor for the institution. He says Theophilus Soyombo, a professor in the Faculty of Social Sciences, will replace Mr. Ogundipe, who he accuses of misconduct and other issues. Now let's get a clearer picture of the situation in that institution from our correspondent Sharon Ijason. Sharon, first of all, the Vice-Chancellor was removed by the Governing Council. Now a vote of no confidence has now been passed on the chairman of that Governing Council. So explain all of this to us.
A lot has happened here in University of Lagos. It's been a busy morning. We had the joint unions, which comprise of ASU, SANU, and NASU, on ground here to show their support for the Vice-Chancellor, Professor Oluwatoyin Ogundipe. The Vice-Chancellor, Professor Oluwatoyin Ogundipe, visited the campus about an hour ago, and the union members welcomed him. Also, the Professor Chioma Agomo, who chaired the Senate meeting today, spoke about the issues on ground and said that the federal government has to actually quickly come into action to ensure that there is peace on the campus. And she further stated that she was a former dean of law and will be retiring next year, and she's not happy about the developments in the school, and that's the position of the Senate committee of the institution.
All right, talking about the federal government, the University of Lagos is a federal university, so has anything been heard from the Federal Ministry of Education?
The last we heard from the Federal Ministry of Education yesterday was that the Governing Council has the power to hire and fire, but must follow due process, and this would take us back to what the Act of the institution says, which states at Section 17 that a joint council must meet with the Senate committee, and there must be reasons given. Investigation must take place. There must be fair hearing before the committee goes back to the Governing Council and take a position. This will be the first time that the university will be experiencing this. We usually experience such at state levels where state governors decide to sack a sitting vice-chancellor. So for the university community, not just in Unilag, they feel it's not a good development that might actually affect the runnings of the university system across the country.